Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at Nuscale Power. It is time for another update, and today I would like to go a bit quicker through the update and just skim through some of the large time frame expectations that haven't really been changed. And I would also like of you to let me know how you prefer these videos to be delivered, if you prefer a more in-depth analysis or if you prefer for me to get to the essence quicker, where you might not get the full picture in every single update. Now, I will still have to provide every now and then the full context, especially since there are new viewers within every single video. Now, on this chart on the larger time frame, for a quick context, we are tracking this as a larger 1-2 setup. We have broken the second time our larger area of support for an extension to higher prices in a more direct fashion. With this latest push to the downside, we had an internal area of support that has been broken that provided us a strong signal. We would likely extend even lower, and we didn't manage to push into our larger area of resistance, which we were expecting even for this overall short-term bearish interpretation of an extension to lower prices in an ABC pattern. So here within our larger wave 2, we are still looking for lower prices. We would have still been looking within this yellow structure for lower prices even if we succeeded in pushing into this area of resistance initially. But without this being the case, I need to consider that we would still be within this wave A, and I would need to readjust the area of resistance we would currently track. Now, this wouldn't make me change my mind about having an initial 5-wave move to the downside within this structure, and it is possible for it to be tracked as a 5-wave pattern in even more than one ways. So internally within this structure, we have a 5-wave move to the downside in a potential wave 3 that could have bottomed here, a wave 4 up, and a wave 5 that would be unfolding in this area, in which we would be looking for a 3-wave movement to the downside in an ABC structure. It could be the case that this would be the wave 3 top here, the wave 4 top here, and this would be a larger ABC structure. Does it really matter? Well, not really. It's just that we would expect instead a 5-wave pattern within this area instead of a 3-wave pattern. Not a substantial change in any way, and I would still be watching potentially for this larger structural support to aid us in creating a stronger reversal to the upside potentially within this wave B. At this point, I have no evidence that we have bottomed within this wave A, but the current expectation is to reach the area of resistance between the $21.9 all the way up to the $41 in this wave B correction before extending to even lower prices within this wave C. Yeah, this extension will remain our main interpretation, and it's not that a breakout couldn't occur, but I would need to see the evidence by breaking the $41 level, and we are still quite far from that. We would also like to see an initial 5-wave move to the upside. Now, these stories are for the longer term. After we complete here an ABC structure, this will be, in my opinion, a high quality area, a high quality structure that can provide this as an accumulation area at the levels between the $15.3 all the way down to the $3.8, but it will be expected to take a little while longer. Now, with this said, I wanted to briefly mention our channel newsletter, where you will get access to our monthly top picks, where we provide and identify for you those high quality structures. Many of them would be able to bottom much sooner within their correction than in the case of this chart. And all you need to do is sign up. The link is in the description and it is completely free, and we will provide you the list. You can then follow it along with us on YouTube, where we will even more clearly define the areas of support we will be watching with clear levels where the probabilities for the structure to succeed will strongly shift. Now, this chart can be part of that structure, but for now, it is still within a high uncertainty territory, as this structure has not managed to form a bottom just yet and to extend into our larger area of resistance at the moment. But we will be sending out the list this week, where we have plenty, actually a high volume of high quality structures, where some of the assets are already within the accumulation area. Some of them are expected to reach those levels very soon, and I believe it is extremely promising, and it's literally free. Now let's get back to the chart. So here we have been looking for this extension to the downside to unfold within a couple of ideas. possibly in a 5-wave pattern, possibly in a 3-wave pattern. As we mentioned from the larger time frame perspective, both interpretations could allow a bottom to form within this wave. We don't need even further extensions, but in the end we will have one level of resistance that needs to be broken for this to get a stronger signal that we will not extend to lower prices within either interpretation. Now, firstly, in the blue structure, we have been looking for some ideas for possible extensions lower. I have to say, I would probably prefer that the wave 2 would have topped here based on the latest developments and that the wave 3 would have bottomed here instead. And now we would still be looking for a potential wave 4 and a 5th wave to form to the downside within this area, and this could form a larger wave A, or it could form a larger wave Z, within this being the 5th wave in an ABC structure. In the end, we will still have a larger area of resistance for a potential wave B to be broken for a signal that a bottom would be in place. We would still need to break that area, but the break above the $16.9 would be our signal that we wouldn't expect to still build a 5-wave pattern within this area. And so far, we didn't reach the area of resistance. We would still expect to push a little bit higher, but it's really not far from the current prices. Then, for a potential wave B area of resistance, we would be watching the 78.6% retracement. That is the ultimate level that I need to see broken for a signal that a more substantial bottom would be in place, yeah? With the break above the $19.5 level, the probabilities shift into the favor of being in the larger wave B in the yellow structure, and already at the first level of resistance within this area, at the $21.9, we have now structural resistance as well, yeah? This previous swing high, from which point we extended in this additional low. Now, that doesn't mean we need to stop there, but it is something to watch out for, yeah? Within this wave B, we don't need to push beyond the 38.2% retracement for a more substantial top to be in place and for the wave C to start, although I would expect this wave B correction to be more substantial than what we have previously had within these retracements, these relief rallies that have previously formed. Yeah, I would expect something a bit larger within this wave B in yellow. But for now, it is very simple. We are watching just a few levels of resistance. The break above the $17 signals the failure to extend within a 5-wave pattern to the downside, in my opinion, and the break above the $19.5 signals that a bottom would likely be in place. Now, unfortunately, the structure that has so far formed within this area isn't very bullish. I would rather say we are building here an ABC structure where a top might form at any point, and I wouldn't look too much into it. I would probably be patient for this structure to unfold within a slightly larger degree, as it is too early to tell what is going to happen within this structure, but clearly there is no strong indication of continuation to higher prices, as we only have a 3-wave pattern in this area. It is clear that it is not a 5-wave pattern that would suggest to us to look for even higher prices. And for now, these are the levels, this is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like, and if you enjoy our content and you want to support us, don't forget to subscribe, check out our channel membership, and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.